Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel #random information. Answer for every valid question. In the previous video lecture, we just saw Module 1 Power System Analysis 1 Subject Theory part. Let us continue in this video too. For today's discussion, first per unit system, second circuit models of all power system components. As mentioned in today's video discussion, we have topics that PU unit system, per unit system, and circuit models of power system components. These are all circuit models. Okay. Initially, we go through the per unit system. What is this per unit system exactly? It is defined as the ratio of actual value to base value of any parameter. Example, IPU, current in per unit given as I actual current divided by base current. How to find out these actual and base current we go through in the numerical part. And ZPU, impedance per unit, is given by Z actual divided by Z base. Voltage PU is given by voltage actual divided by voltage base. And for the knowledge sake, what is per unit system and why it's needed? Because we have huge values mentioned like ratings 25 MVA. Sometimes the currents and reactances will be a huge values, and in that case the per unit system helps a lot. We go through some of the advantages. We come to know that advantages of PU system representing all components in a PU ratings. The large value, that is rating, the large rating value of any power system components is reduced to a smaller value. That is now I discussed that large rated values converted to smaller values. Second advantage, it is very easy to find any missing data. If you missed some data to calculate or to mention the rating of a component, we can find easily. We can very easy to find a missing data, and it is easy to find erroneous data. Okay. So fourth point, the PU values, per unit values of a transformers remain same at primary and secondary side. This we have, for this point we have a derivation. I will explain in this detail of this point. It is not affect the per unit value irrespective of different types of connection in transformer like star, delta star, star star, delta and so on. And we have some of the derivations. Let us go through this. Per unit system derivations. This is very important regarding to the VTU examinations or examination point of view. Let us concentrate more. First, we calculate per unit system derivation for single phase system. Generally, we know that single phase systems are rated. Generally, we know that single phase systems, let base power is equal to VA of base power, right? We generally voltage per ampere we rated bracket of base, and base voltage we take notation of voltage in suffix of B, volts, and base current IB is equal to generally we know the formula, right? Base current IB, we know the formula P is equal to VI. By this, V is equal to P by V. This is equal to, what is base power? VAB divided by what is base voltage? VB, that is V base, or this or given as VA base divided by VB amperes. Next, base impedance is given by ZB, that is equal to, I will show you. By Ohm's law, we know that V is equal to IR. R can be written as V is equal to IZ. This implies Z is equal to V by I. What is V? Base voltage VB divided by VAB, that is power, right? Okay. Yes, Z is equal to Vi, right? That is equal to what is voltage VB divided by what is current, we just derived it, Va base divided by VB. This is equal to, this goes to the numerator, and VB square divided by VAB ohms. This constitutes here. And we know that ZPU impedance in a PU is equal to Z actual, impedance of actual, divided by Z base. Z base now we just calculated, and Z base directly put it, Z actual is actual value only, and Z impedance in per unit, Z actual multiplied by this goes to the numerator, and this cross multiplies, VA base divided by VB square. And similarly in case of three-phase system, in three-phase system the components we are used are large rated, so the base power is rated in MVA base, mega volt per ampere, MVA base, and similarly base voltage in KVB base, and base current is equal to MVA base divided by KVBB. That is equal to, in three-phase system there makes a small difference, that is MVA base multiplied by 10 raised to 3. Since we generally voltages are in line values, we rated the voltages in line value, therefore to convert into phase, root 3 into KVB. And then base impedance ZB is given by that is voltage divided by current. We know that voltage, what is voltage? KVB is a voltage, KVB divided by IB current. Then this converted into phase, that is root 3V, right? And this is 10 raised to 3. Generally why we write this 10 raised to 3 and this 10 raised to 3? Since denominator coefficients and this numerator coefficient should be equal, that is this is in MVA 10 raised to 6, MVA means mega, 10 raised to 6, kilovolt means 10 raised to 3. Convert this numerator into kVA, we just multiplied by 10 raised to 3. And similar in case IB is in ampere, this is in kilo, 10 raised to 3, right? To convert into volt, we multiply by 10 raised to 3. Now ZB is equal to KVB into 10 raised to 3 root 3 into substitute this IB by this equation, MVA base into 10 raised to 3 root 3 KVB, that constitutes root 3 into IB value, root 3 get cancelled, 10 raised to 3 get cancelled. We finally got ZB is equal to KVB whole square. This goes to numerator and multiply to this component, the KVB base whole square, and remains with MVA base. Finally we just got base impedance in three-phase network, and finally the Z in PU for three-phase is equal to Z actual divided by Z base. Actual is actual divided by base, we just calculated now, KVB whole square divided by MVA numerator, and Z actual. And next we go through the large power system network. In large power system network, it's very similar to the three-phase network. In this large, we don't consider line or either phase values. That is, base power is given by MVA base and the base voltage is KVBB. Base current IB is equal to power divided by current, that is MVA by divided by KV. Since numerator in KV and numerator in MVA and denominator in KV, to convert these into KVA, do we multiply 10 raised to 3 to convert MVA to KVA, so that it becomes volt and volt ampere, same unit. And base impedance ZB is given by kVb, that is voltage divided by I. R is equal to V by 8, right? So impedance is equal to voltage by IB into 10 raised to 3, kVb into 10 raised to 3. IB value just substitute. Note that here we don't consider line or phase values, so we don't multiply. This is root 3, and MVA base into 10 raised to 3 kVb, 10 raised to 3, 10 raised to 3 get cancel. This kV goes to the numerator. This is kVb whole square becomes kMVA base, and ZPU actual, ZPU is equal to Z actual divided by Z base. Z actual is given over here, and Z base just we calculated, reciprocal it, and we get Z actual divided by ZMVA base into kVb whole square. And finally, if ZPU of components, if ZPU per unit impedances of a components changed, if sometimes for any errors, some sort of disturbances, it may change, then above equations see ZPU old, above equation we say this as ZPU old. Now we need a new. If any error occurs, if any fault occurs, the impedances will of a components will get decreased or increased, whatever it may be. And we need we need now impedance PU in new value. So ZPU new is equal to ZPU old multiplied by MVA base new, MVA base old, kVb whole square old divided by MVA base, this is n constitutes new. This very helpful in the numericals, we'll get to know. Now we go through some important, I said right, in per unit system advantage, the PU value of a transformer remains same at a primary or secondary side. This is an important question for exam point of view. Per unit of a transformer remain same whether it is referred to primary or secondary or HV bar LV. Consider a transformer of the ratios of impedances of Z1 and Z2, transformer ratio of 1K, and voltage, secondary side voltage V2, primary side V1. The transformation ratio is given by K is equal to, we know that V2 by V1 is equal to N2 by N1, Z2 by Z1 is equal to K square, right? Assume this Z2 by Z1 impedance of secondary and primary is given by K square. This implies Z2 base, we can write it as base, 1 base, Z2 base divided by Z1 base, there is no change by the notations, is equal to K square. And this implies Z2b cross multiply K square into Z1b. Let it be this equation we consider in the further steps. Let consider equivalent impedance refer to primary side, that is consider equivalent impedance refer to primary side, right? Impedance primary side, we given that Z01 is equal to primary impedance Z1 plus, we referring like we are taking secondary. Refer to primary means we take the secondary to the primary side. While taking secondary to the primary side, the impedance of secondary impedance divided by K square times. Remember this formula, it's very important. I will say once again. Consider equivalent impedance refer to primary side. That primary side, bring the secondary components to the primary side. That is Z01, that is Z01 is equal to impedance of primary plus secondary side impedance we taking to the primary side, that is Z2 divided by K square. Let it be equation 1. Dividing equation on both the sides, this equation both the sides by Z1b we get. Divide this equation by Z1b, divide this equation by Z1b K square. And then now what is this? Z01 is actual and Z1b is base. Z01 is primary side and Z1 is also primary side. This is actual and this is base, right? So actual divided by base we give as per unit, that is equal to, this is also primary side actual, primary side base, so Z1 PU, and this is Z2B divided by we know that by this equation k square into z1b k square into z1b constitutes z2b and z2b overall same this keep as it is, and z2 by z2b, this is z2 is actual impedance at secondary and base impedance at secondary. Total actual divided by base is z2 pu. Let it be equation 2, that is z1 pu is equal to equivalent primary referred to primary pu is equal to z1 pu plus z2 pu. Similarly, let take equivalent impedance referred to secondary side. Now we are taking secondary side, so primary all the components will refer to the secondary side. First, secondary equivalent, that is Z02 is equal to impedance at secondary side plus take the primary impedance to the right side Z1 multiplied by k square. In this case, secondary side Z2 plus, while referring primary to secondary impedance, we multiply by k square, and then dividing equation on both the sides. Now this time we are dividing by Z2 by equation divided by Z2b, for this also Z2b, and this Z1 k square, and let it be, this is Z02 is a secondary side actual and Z2b is a base of secondary side impedance we given as pu value, and Z2 is actual divided by base, that is Z2 pu, and then Z2b we know the formula, right? Z2b is equal to k square 1b k square get cancels, and 1b, this is actual primary impedance, this is base primary impedance, we given ZP1. From 2 and 3, from 2 equation 3 equation, both means the same, right? From 2 and 3 we conclude that per unit impedance of a transformer remains same when required. We conclude that per unit impedance of a transformer remains same when referred to primary or secondary side. This is the last topic of module 1 theory, and in the next video we'll go to the numericals part. This is the last theory. Circuit model of power system components. Circuit models of all power system components. First we go through the alternator. These all basis on per phase. For alternator there has three A, B, C, three phase constitute by constituting RYB as A, B, C, and IA current flow, IB current flow, IC current flow. This is impedance ZA, this is impedance ZC, this is impedance ZB, connected to the voltage source, and these negative all states one neutral point. This is a star type of connection, right? And this minus is for a return path of current, and this circle symbol gives me EMF source, and this resistance and inductance gives me impedance, and this is generally equivalent circuit we write it as ZA. Just we notate this like this, ZA and EA, IA. We can write this also as XZ. In PU values we generally we know that we neglect the resistances X connected with voltage source EG. Finish. For motor, current is towards impedance, that is for motor current is towards impedance, and for generator this is away from the impedance. By you all know the basics of convention of motor and generator. Next, circuit model of a transmission line. Just go through this. Vs is a sending voltage, Vs is sending voltage, Vr is receiving voltage. Transmission line, impedance given as ZTL, impedance of a transmission line, and C/2 line capacitances. Draw this equivalent. We did neglect line capacitances and resistance and impedances. In PU, finally in PU we neglect the resistances, we only impedance. And then circuit model of a transformer. In transformer we have primary and secondary both, right? Primary voltage V1, secondary voltage V2, and I1 current Z1 and Z2 refer to primary side. We derived, right, like that, Z2 by K square, and this equivalent PU of transformer is given by neglecting all the reactances. Magnetic reactances we write just ZT, resistance and inductance in PU, while we don't consider resistance, and directly XT, that is reactance of transformer. This reference is a minus sign, negative, neutral axis. Then fourth one, circuit model of a induction motor. Induction motor, we know that there is two parts, stator and rotor. Stator consists, and this is the magnetic impedances, and then Zs is a stator impedance, Is is a stator current flow, V1 is stator voltage, and R2 generally the rotor is consisting of resistance, right? So rotor R2 resistance, and then IR and rotor impedance is a refer from a primary, ZR by K square. And we neglect all these things in considering the equivalent. So therefore we just consider this as motor, series with the voltage source, and ohms, Zm is impedance of motor, Im current. In motor, current will go in outward, and then PU, while PU we drawing, we generally neglect the resistances. So XM, reactance of motor, series with the EM, motor voltage source. This is refer. Yes, we end up with the topic, and in the next video let us start numericals, the important topic over power system analysis. Generally the power system analysis we more focus on the numericals. Let's start in the next video. I thought these classes are helpful to you. For any other queries, give me a comment. If you like the video, share and subscribe my channel for more updates. Thank you all.